more step. The Tenakth don't suffer outlanders in the Clanlands.
I was given rite of passage by Marshal Fashav. I'm not here to fight.
Hair like blood. This is the warrior who defeated Gruda, champion of the traitor Regala. Her life is not ours to take. You may enter, but mind our ways. You will be watched.
I'll keep that in mind. This must be Stonecrest. Cthulhu should be waiting for me. But maybe I should look around first. Take this to a dyer later.
You up for a game of strike later? A swift victory.
Okay.
Hmm.
But you should know that I got some new pieces since we last.
Who wants to
no,
play
Machine
some
Strike.
Machine Strike?
Oh, that.
Something called strategy.
Yeah, I want to play that right now.
Talk yourself up all you want.
Hey,
You'll
stranger.
see this on the
Are you looking to trade?
Elemental Claw Strider Circulator. Sunwing Circulator. Chillwater, Echo Shell.
Return to me another time.
You know the tunnel collapsed?
Let's see. That's my new bow. What can I do with this? Increase the damage a little bit. Hello, hello, Furwin. Claw Strider Razor Tail. Glad I got that earlier. That was the part I knocked off during the last big fight. Alright, so it's got a coil slot now. Haven't fought Sunwings yet.
Our scouts reported up at the Grey Peak.
Okay, and go here. Go here. Wait. Not that. This. Coil. Good, plus crit chance.
What about
Okay.
it?
Turns out
Better.
it was caused by a slaughter spawn.
Oh, what's your deal? Oh, it's a cook. Okay.
Next time, right?
I heard from our scouts.
In the name of the Ten.
Side quest?
Is that the champion from the east I see?
And the chief.
Then I've something to share.
Oh, it's a rumor.
This war will be decided.
I'm trying to interact with you.
Stuck here.
Nope, I interacted with the fire. There we go.
I had to admit it.
What you've done for my people is known throughout the Clanlands, Easterner. I'd like to help you if I can, lending you my eyes and ears. Nothing happens in this area without me knowing about it.
I guess you're right.
In fact, I should tell you. The further west you go, the deadlier machines become.
Suddenly
If
different
you're
voice
smart,
actors.
you'll stop by our hunting grounds south of here.
What's he looking at?
Get some training in before you face a real fight.
Thanks for the advice. I'll stop by if I'm in the area.
Alright, so that adds something new to my
Greetings,
map.
champion.
All right.
I wonder how much snow is gonna pile up.
I heard the champion conquered the arena.
This valley is infested with Regala's rebels.
Oh, the guy that lost his arm.
The scouts from the village tell us that they've been moving machines through here for days. Some they ride, others they herd along, and some they even strip for parts. Especially cannons. The path ahead will not be easy. We should get going. My orders are to guide you to the bulwark so that you can speak to Tekote. For all the good it'll do.
Not so fast. I'm gonna need a little more than that.
Oh.
What is this place?
Stonecrest was built as an outpost back when the clans were still at war. Its purpose was to guard the entrance to the valley, as well as keep watch on what happens below. And for now, that means keeping watch on Regala's forces. I wish we had enough soldiers to do more than just look on.
What's the TLDR of this game? Cave people versus robots? Mahant, this is the second Horizon game. In the first one, it starts off as cave people versus robots, and you don't know why there's just giant robot dinosaurs all over the place. But you actually find out over time, and I'm about to spoil the first game, so you've been warned. You find out over time that it is post-apocalyptic, you know, life on Earth basically came to an end as we know it, but humanity saw that coming, and this one group of scientists and governments built this thing called the Gaia Project. And the Gaia program had a bunch of systems, and it would try to terraform the Earth to be inhabitable again. So it basically would have these automated factories that would make these robots that would go out and basically like fertilize the soil. And then there were flying ones that would clean the air. And there were some they would release into the oceans that would clean water. And these factories would just go for hundreds of years, slowly getting the planet back to the point where humans could live in it. And then there was another set of robots that were like in vaults underground that were raising like human embryos that had been put on ice. And then once the planet was habitable, it released them into the world. But this one system was sabotaged, and it was called Apollo, and it was meant to teach the humans all human history up to that point. That one never worked. So the people that came out, instead of being knowledgeable about what was going on, they were like cavemen. And so you are in this world where these giant robots are around, and you know they hunt them for parts sometimes. Sometimes they're just fertilizing ground, sometimes they're hostile, you know, but basically the Gaia system, it's been not cared for like 1,000 years or something like that. So it has got a lot of problems in it, and that's where you come in. Your character came out of, you know, the redhead. She comes out of one of these facilities, and she is a clone of one of the scientists that led the whole thing. So she is like, her fingerprint basically gives her access to anything she wants related to the robots. But she is still trying to figure out what's going on and how she can like fix all of this, because the terraforming was never completed. And if it's not fixed in like, at this point in the story, 4 months, then life on Earth will not be sustainable. But there's a lot of primitive people in her way while she's trying to fix things.
For all the good it'll do? What's that supposed to mean?
The bulwark has stood unyielding since the birth of our clan. Behind it, Tekote believes himself to be invulnerable. If he insists on defying Hikaru's orders, an outlander and a maimed marshal aren't gonna change his mind.
Your chief seems to think differently.
And that is the only reason I am still standing here, talking to you.
So right this second, we have got a copy of the Gaia system online. And one of its subsystems, called Ether, is the one that was in charge of cleaning the air, like the flying robots. There is a copy of Ether, that system, that is in a lab that is underneath one of these tribal settlements. And we're trying to get to it. There's a tribe in the way. And the chieftain was like, you do what I ask you to do, I'll let you in those chambers to do whatever you want. But if you don't do what I say, I'll fight you tooth and nail. And so Aloy's like, so we're fighting in this war between these tribes right now so that we can get into that chamber to get Ether out of there.
What makes the bulwark so impenetrable?
It's made of massive boulders, impervious to any frontal assault. No army or machine has ever penetrated it. I am the only thing that can get you inside. If we're done talking, that is.
This guy just lost his arm, so he is majorly, his pride is wounded.
What makes you so sure Tekote won't listen to us?
A snake safe in its lair hears nothing but its own rattle.
Come on, is that all you've got for me? Hikaru said you were from the Sky Clan before becoming a marshal. I need to know what you know.
Tekote is a petty, vindictive schemer. If he had any guts, he would have gone after Hekaru long ago. But instead, he covets the chiefdom from behind the bulwark, biding his time, hoping that his foes will weaken one another. Is that enough for you?
For now. Why do you think Regala's forces are driving machines through the valley?
We've heard similar reports from across the clan lands. The rebels are gathering machines from the wilds, but whatever control they have over them doesn't seem to last. So they herd them into camps. Something else happens there. Something that makes their control permanent.
An override with 2 phases.
I don't know about that. But it gets worse. We've heard rumors that the rebels are scouting larger machines. I don't know what kind.
Let's hope they don't learn how to override them, too.
Surely there's a huge controllable murder robot that you could control in there with the ether. Dude, the story is really good. Like, so Gaia had all these subsystems, right? And they were named after Greek gods. Like, Hephaestus was the god, the armorer god, and Hephaestus was in charge of manufacturing the robots. Poseidon, subroutine, was in charge of cleaning the oceans. Ether was in charge of the air. Apollo was in charge of knowledge, stuff like that. Like, these were subroutines, and they were each separated for different things like that. One of them was called Hades, named after the god of the underworld. Hades' job was, if the plan to make the Earth inhabitable again, the terraforming, went off track, Hades was a reset. Hades would basically go around and, you know, try to reset everything, like pH levels and stuff like that, so that they could try again. So while humans were in caves and embryos and stuff like that, 3 times Gaia messed up, and Hades basically reset Earth by purging all of what she had done so far. However, Hades went out of control in the first game. So Hades was manufacturing bots to kill people. Wasn't supposed to do that. So Hades went completely off the rails, and that was like the big thing in the first game. In the second game, which we're playing right now, we found out that like there was back when life on Earth was ending for normal people, there was one group of people that were fanatical, and they were like, oh, well, we're just building a spaceship and getting out of here. And everyone thought that they died. They didn't. They made it. And their like descendants are coming back. And they've got very advanced technology compared to what these people are running around with bows and arrows, and they're being a problem now. So there's like a lot of factors in play, and I think it's really cool.
You were at the embassy.
I was.
I'm sorry about the other marshals.
Their deaths will not go unpunished.
You're still healing.
I will never heal. But that won't stop me from cracking any skulls that need it.
Good thing you're on my side, then.
Okay, we've exhausted all his information.
So, what's the plan?
The bulwark is to the southwest, so undoubtedly we'll have to cross paths with Regala's troops along the way. We'll either have to fight our way through, or find a way to sneak past unnoticed. Neither will be easy.
Never is.
Let's get this over with.
Vastly different from our own.
On
Travel
me.
safely, soldier.
Next time, come willing to trade.
Are you and your boy gotting to watch the last eclipse of 2024?
How would you convince
No.
Tekote to send his challengers?
I wouldn't.
Come on.
To knock the respect a blade. and the strength of the fighter who wields it. What good is anyone who lacks that?
Well, lucky for us, we're both good fighters, but let's hope it won't come to that. So this whole valley is the Sky Clan's territory?
Yes. The clan has defended it for generations.
So Primal Tech Support has to turn the MacGuffins on and off while the planet's being invaded by sci-fi technologists. Well, no, like, it's so much more than that. It's like there's so many factors in play. Like, there was this one really bent scientist that right when they were about to launch the Gaia project, like 1,000 years ago, he deleted Apollo. The chain reaction to that is everybody is just like, you know, stupid cavemen now. Because they didn't get all the knowledge in the databanks of like what happened to Earth and why it is the way it is, who made these ruins, you know, like you find like chunks of highway and cars and stuff like that. They're just like, oh, the ancients, they don't know anything about that. And then there's like the group that, yeah, the Scientologists that went off to space and they're coming back and they've got like Lex Luthor technology at this point and they know everything. You know, they're not missing any information. Their ancestors remember Earth and stuff like that. You've got Hades that went out of control, that was, you know, basically tried to wipe out life on Earth. You stopped him. You're trying to track down these other subroutines. Hephaestus is still going bonkers and just constantly churning out murder robots all over the place, so that he's still out of control. Ether is not under control, but Ether is just kind of like, not like actively destroying the planet, but not helping at all either. And you've got 4 months before the terraforming of the planet, it would be too late. It'll be an irreversible chain reaction. You know, the oceans are rotted and the air is unclean and stuff like that. And so it's just like there's a lot of pieces on the board right now.
Against who?
The other Tenakth clans.
But like our primary goal is getting Gaia pieced back together to be able to take control of all the robots on the planet and then start fixing the planet before it goes.
When you left the Grove, how did you know I'd agree to help Hekarro?
Gut them, or sneak around. I will follow.
I feel like there was two overlapping
Catching
conversations
snowflakes on my lashes.
Hurry it up. We need to rejoin the others.
I'm carving as fast as I can.
They're getting close.
The cold's making my fingers ache.
Death is the point.
Eyes open.
Oh, now you've done it! Wrong move!
Giving up?
Good. Onwards to the bulwark.
Those rebels were gathering machine parts, maybe to make more overrides. And Tekote won't do anything?
Why would he, when he has the bulwark? I grew up behind the wall. It's easy to have a full sense of safety there. More rebels in the clearing. Take the lead.
More rebels in the clearing. What? Where? Oh, across the road.
All right, let's hear it.
Hekarro hasn't the courage to attack. They're down.
Anything to report?
Another watch. Another long watch.
Come and get
This
me.
guy's gonna see me.
You're not as sneaky as you thought. I have her! We
Broke his shield.
For you. They're done.
Got him in the head.
Now let's go.
I'd like a shield. Funny enough, we use their shields as a glider. We found another use for it. Make another few arrows.
This way.
Back at Stonecrest, you said the rebels have been moving through here for days. By the time Tekote realizes he's outmatched, this entire valley might be overrun.
If not for the sake of the rest of the clan, I would welcome that day. To see his pride
Bug beat
ruined.
T-Rex or no? We fought a Thunderjaw earlier. Had it about half health, and then I took a hit
Here
and
it
died
is.
from full health.
The bulwark.
And then after
Let me
we
know when
reloaded,
you are
it moved
ready,
us to another
and I will
location, so I
announce us.
fought some different stuff.
You there! A marshal requests an audience with your clan commander.
I didn't know there were any marshals left. We defend the path to the mountain.
Where the wings of the Ten shall find us.
All right, Marshal. I'll send the lift for you.
Some old ruin from the
When we meet with
old
Tekote,
days.
I'll do the talking.
We'll see how it goes.
Back again.
So this was home.
A long time ago. Come on.
Follow through.
Honor and strength.
Follow Katalo. Okay.
Is that Katalo? What's
The
he
last
doing with an
marshal.
outlander? Such a terrible
We'll
woman.
run this exercise 3 more times.
Look how fast he's going. Best escort quest ever.
Got a few hits in before Firak knocked me out cold.
Well,
Hold on.
this is a warm welcome.
I heard from our scouts.
Next.
Oseram Arrowbreaker. Studded leather designed for trapping and melee combat. Sturdy enough for a difficult delve. Plus trap limit, melee damage, and crit strike. Low profile, stealth ranged. Health regen? Need a Sunwing Circulator. I didn't know there was any
I'm off duty, yeah.
region items in the game. Have to keep an eye out for that.
An outlander and a maimed marshal. A spectacle.
Reminds me of where I grew up. I never decided which was worse. When they shunned me, or when they stopped and stared.
Right now, I prefer shunned. Tekote is inside. Shall we? We're here for Tekote. Let us in.
The Sky Clan's mighty son returns. Bless the Ten.
Your chief has demanded an immediate dispatch of all challengers to the Cool Route. We're here to make sure yours haven't gotten lost on their way to the Grove.
I see. Regala must have dealt our chief a mighty blow, if he's sending you two as messengers.
This one defeated Regala's champion, Grudda, at the embassy. She fought honorably.
I had the sense to bar our soldiers from that embassy. Just as I have the sense now, to keep our challengers here. If they must fight, then they will fight here. Defending our walls. Our clan.
That wall won't protect you. Not from the machines Regala controls. They're already at your doorstep.
And what do you know of the battles that the Bulwark has withstood? The blood shed upon stone.
I know it wasn't meant to be used as a coward's shield.
You were a great warrior once. But that was then. You tell Hikaru, with all due respect, that we will keep our challengers here for as long as we are safe behind the Bulwark.
When he called him a coward, I thought that guy was gonna get
you,
snippy.
Words are useless with his kind. We're gonna have to kill him. It won't be easy with all his men above. Are you even listening?
For as long as we are safe behind the Bulwark, he said.
She's gonna break the bulwark. That piece of steel she saw sticking out earlier. She's
We're
gonna break the
here.
wall.
I need to get a closer look at that wall.
What? Why?
My strength is yours.
We are going to sabotage the wall. Attack on Titan vibes intensify, chat.
That wall might not be as strong as Tekote thinks it is. I need to get down to the base of it and check it out.
San Diego.
Good day.
Show respect.
If there's a giant robot in the wall, wouldn't that just be the best? Oh.
Well, that was
Oh, let's see.
Beaten already, Outlander.
Oh, just you. Wait. I need to get a little distance from the wall in order to scan it properly.
Okay. Oh, this is
Okay,
gonna be good.
time to scan the wall.
Ooh, look at that. Scan the bulwark. I mean, I'm trying. There.
Just what I thought. There's something metal in there. Oh, that rock is interfering with the scan. I need to get closer. But how? I might be able to climb up on the left side of the wall, near that waterfall. The water's flowing into the wall. Towards a hollow, maybe.
That looks stabbable.
The rocks here might give way. I'll pry at them. Now,